Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for 90 Day Fiancé. Which one is this? Which one is this? All my notes. Oh, Before the 90 Days, Season 3, Episode 4. Okay? If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird. JayBird. Dun, 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 dun. Okay? But yeah, don't forget to like this video, share it. You can follow me on Instagram at J_Lees_Corner. It's already 3:15, and this is my first video, and I'm not done yet. But let's focus, JayLee. Let's focus. So first up, we have Rebecca and Zayed. Okay, Rebecca and Zied. Okay, so we still see, you know what I'm saying? First of all, they walking around in matching leather jackets, okay? And matching leather jackets and tight pants. It's just the weirdest thing if you ask me. Do I have a picture of, I'm going to just show you this little thing. Look at this. Let's look at this. I couldn't get a clear shot of them walking around, but trust and believe both their jeans is tight, okay? And they're going to meet his friends because he's going to play some soccer or whatever. And they get there and, he just kind of gets to start to play soccer. She's like, Ziad, excuse me, but, come here real quick. He's like, yeah, what's up? Are you going to introduce me to anybody? I'm like, I think he was going to wait until they were done, but I digress, okay? So he does introduce her to the friends who are there and everything. I'm trying to turn my phone up. And so they're playing up whatever. So he says he's nervous how his friends may not accept her. She feels the same. And so they're done playing soccer and everything, and they kind of sit around. It's like him and like 6 of his friends, who are all younger or whatever. And she's like, for the first time I feel like I'm older than them because, it's all his little young friends or whatever. So she does ask, like, well, does anybody speak English? One of them says, well, I do, but not that well. She's like, well, at least, that's fine because I'm just to hear my language is kind of good or whatnot. And so, she did say, well, do you guys like Americans? And they're like, oh, yeah, movies, famous stars. I'm looking like they only know so many words of English. So one friend says, looking at her, I remember the photos and the videos that he sent that she sent him that he showed me, and she looks much older than she did in those videos and those photos because she catfished him. Okay, she wholeheartedly catfished him. I do think he should have warned his friends that she didn't look like the pictures. Okay, she looked a little older than she did in those photos, but he gets it. So one of the friends asked, like, well, how old are you? Because again, it was the same friend because she looks 20 years older than she did, in the photos that he saw. Oh, I'm 47, but Ziad did say, well, no, I asked her that, but she still answers or whatever. In America, guys would never ask a woman her age. If you catfish them, they would. If you catfish anybody in America, they're going to say, well, how old are you in real life? Because you look 20 on Snapchat. You look 50 right here. You know what I'm saying? Americans would do that as well. So they kind of all like laughing or whatever. I don't think they're laughing at her age, so to speak. Just the fact that, he asked the question, I think is what it was. So, they then asked her, can they see her tattoos? Mainly because Ziad said in their country, the women aren't allowed to get tattoos. So for her to have tattoos, they've never really seen a woman in person who has them. And so she takes her jacket off and she like lifts her sleeves up and they see the tattoos on her arms. And they're like, oh wow, ooh, tattoos or whatever. They said, well, how much do they cost in America? And they're just like, oh, one sleeve can be like $3,000. They're like, whoa, my God, we could open up a whole store for that amount of money here. And so, of course, the whole time they're talking, Ziad is, translating what each of them are saying. And so the friend says, like, it looks like, she can take care of him. Like, if she can afford to, spend $3,000 on one arm, which really is like 6 because she got both arms done. She can afford to take care of him or whatever, and he'll be fine. The same friend then say, I hope I can meet an American to take care of me very soon. I say, well, it might be Rebecca. Truth be told, you never know, because Zaid is her second. You can be her third. So we then see, again, Rebecca, like, being around them and they're talking, it still makes me feel older. Well, because, you look, you old enough to be their mama. So we then see, they're supposed to go out for tonight. And she brings up how she wants to wear this shirt, okay? And Zaid is like, or Zied, y'all not keep pronouncing the name wrong, I'm sorry. But he says, no, you can't wear that, that's too provocative or whatever, that won't be acceptable here. You can't wear that. And I don't think he meant it how she took it. I think what he meant was that looks like something you would wear in the bedroom. That does not look like a shirt that you'll wear out, so that is provocative. Because in our country, this is something that a woman would only wear, at home or whatever. This isn't sexy. I'm going to wear this, and you just need to be okay with it, whatever. And he like, that kind of top would attract people to look. He says, in my country, women dress conservatively. Anyone dressed like that would attract attention, and I don't want her to attract attention. He admittedly says he's jealous, and he does not want people looking at her, gawking at her. So he's like, that's too provocative. Don't wear that shirt. And she is completely against him saying to not wear that shirt. And I think it's crazy. Mainly because what he's saying, he's not saying like I don't like it. He's saying for here in this country, you can't wear that because that's just not you can't wear that here. If you were in America, cool, but you're not in America, you're here. And she's so adamant because her ex-husband was very controlling. Her ex-husband would tell her what to do and what not to do, and she followed his direction. She's now trying to push completely against anything that she did with the ex-husband, as if Zaid is the ex. And I'm like, Zaid is making complete sense, saying you should not wear that shirt based on where we are. I don't get how anyone goes to someone else's country and then doesn't want to listen to them when they're saying you shouldn't wear that here because it's looked upon differently here. I would say thank you for letting me know. I don't want to go out in the place and then get in trouble for wearing the wrong thing. But I digress. So again, you can tell he's upset that she just says she's going to wear it. She's going to wear it. She's going to put her jacket on or whatever. He says, fine, if you wear it, you cannot take your jacket off. And but again, you can see he's visibly angry and upset. And she's trying to say, just put your shoes on. Let's go. I'm going to wear it. Don't be upset. But he's mad. He's clearly upset. She could have easily put on a different black shirt to not have him upset. And she could have still been comfortable. But no, she wants to act like he's completely wrong. But I guess it is what it is. And again, he's like, I know my country. This isn't America. You should not wear the shirt. It's not okay here. And she's like, it'll be fine. I look like she sounds dumb saying it will be fine. You're not from there. At the club, you know what I'm saying? She tells him how she wants him to love her for who she is and allow her to be her, and not tell her what to wear because she would not want to tell him what he can wear. And are you going to do this when we get to America? He's like, no, because in America, you wearing that wouldn't matter. But here it does. And she still, like, my ex was so possessive. My ex was so controlling. My ex did this. My ex did that. You're not with your ex. You're with Zaid. No, Zied. And you should listen a little bit because he sound like he's talking about. So they sitting there, whatever, and then she kind of gets a little upset, like, because he tells her, like, here, if they see you in that, they will assume that you're not a good person, that you're not a good woman. Oh, no, I'm not a good woman. Girl, do you not get what he's saying? He ain't saying that he thinks you're not a good woman. He's saying people will look at you and assume they will judge you. Dummy. Oh, she's so dumb diddy. You know what I'm saying? But again, she's like, I don't care. I'm going to still wear it. She then starts taking her jacket off. Oh, so if I take my jacket off, I'm not a good woman. And she takes the jacket off. And then he's like, no, 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 no. And now she's sitting there with her jacket off. And the man sitting next to her, as you see, is completely looking at her, staring at her. And that's exactly what Ziad did not want. And then the whole time, he sit up there staring at her. He's getting more. And why are you looking at her? What are you doing? Is there an issue? And so now him and the dude and getting into it. And again, the shirt do look like something that, they may wear, in the boudoir, okay? But she don't get it. And the dude then say, well, I'm looking at her tattoos because again, they don't see many women with tattoos there. So he knew exactly what he was saying because like if you wear that shirt, you're gonna get attention. And I don't want you to get attention. Why? Because I'm jealous. I don't want anyone looking at you. And she should have known that wasn't a red flag, so to speak. But again, he like, I don't care about you wearing it in America, but I don't want you doing it here. And I mean, you can tell that she's so insecure that she doesn't want him controlling her, but she doesn't realize he isn't trying to control her. He just saying like, you can't do it here, okay? And that's the bottom line. And I don't want him to be up here fighting with nobody. I feel like he's gonna hit this guy, and because Zaid and the dude is going back and forth, and the dude like, I can look at her if I want to, I can look all I want. No, you can't. Keep your face forward. Don't look at her. And it's the whole confrontation, argumentation, that's not a word, argument with the guy, and then it goes off. So I mean, I blame Rebecca. Next up, we have Tim and Jennifer. So Tim is on his way to meet Jennifer and everything. You know what I'm saying? She, of course, lives in, is it Colombia? I can't remember where she lives, but it's not in this country. Anyway, so, he goes to see her. That's her and her daughter. Um, we see her and she's at home and she's like working out. She brings up how she's always been a model since she was a kid, how she loves the attention when she does model, how she wants to meet a good man who knows how to treat a woman, how she's like did she say she was like a female warrior or ninja? I don't know, something, girl. I don't know. She's like a Laura Croft is what we're gonna call her. So, because she said she wanted a man who knew how to treat a woman. She then went there. She said, I went online looking to meet people. And she said she saw Tim and she liked Tim's style. She brings up, I saw him. I liked his style. You know what I'm saying? I like how he looked. We start talking about him, his business, no, his house, and his Ferrari. And this is the picture that she keeps showing because, as she said, she wants somebody who knows how to treat a woman. But she keeps bringing up his Ferrari. And she's like, oh, look at this picture of him in this car. Like, he drives that all the time. Girl, girl, girl. I don't even think he has that kind of money, though. That's the weird thing. You know, I, like, I think people can, like, lease a Ferrari. I wonder, does he own it? Anyway, so she brings up how she also loves how he is a hard worker and how he's a family man. And people in America work hard for their money, so he's a hard worker. Okay, if you say so. So the reason she likes he's a family man is because she has a daughter, and she brings up her husband because she was married before. Her husband was a horrible, horrible person, and so she hopes that Tim can be a better father figure to her daughter. And I said, okay, that seems fine. So we then see her with her friends hanging out and whatnot. Oh, what does Tim look like? What is he like? She said, oh, this is him. She then shows them a picture of what? The Ferrari. And I'm like, that's not him. That's the car. She wants someone who can afford nice things because I'm pretty sure that she wants nice things. She also shows them pictures of his ex. And the friend then says, oh, she looks like you. I'm like, no. I mean, I think the older pictures may look like her. Not saying the ex is old, but I don't think they look like recently. I don't think that or whatever. So, she brings about, I just need to understand her motives. Like, I don't get why they so close. I don't get why they always hanging out. I feel like there's something he needs to tell me, but I don't know what it is. And I just want the truth to come out so I can kind of figure out what's going on between them. I feel like what she's saying is halfway true to the point where she doesn't get why the ex is so involved in his regular life. I don't think she meant that in the way of, oh, there's this kid who's the father figure too, and he's around for the kid. I think she really feels like the ex be involved in his life as if they're a couple, and she don't like that. And I agree with that. Okay, you can co-parent a kid and not be, you know what I'm saying, all up in each other's life to where it feels like, you know what I'm saying, you're crossing this kind of boundary and ain't no room for, another woman to come up in there and be with him because you feel like that's your play. I completely get that or whatever. She brings up how, I just want, him and her to understand like that I deserve respect. And, they have to respect my place in his life. And if I can't have that respect, then I won't be in his life. I mean, I get that too. I mean, you just met him, so that can go either way because you're not really in his life yet. But she wants to be, so again, but we know the ex wants him. I feel like, because he said he has a secret to tell her that he hopes she can, understand or whatever. I feel like, what if him and the ex like got married and just never got divorced? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they had like a little secret wedding and no one knew and they're not divorced? It's because you say it's something he's not telling her. I wonder if she don't know the kid isn't biologically his. I wonder if that's what the issue could be, but we don't know. Anyway, we see them two meet in person at the airport, and they seem smitten with each other. Whatever, he was hella nervous, and I'm just nervous. I feel like that she's out of my league or whatever, and I feel like she's gonna be more pretty in person. And what if she sees me and she does not like what I look like in person? And I said, I mean, some of the pictures she had of him did look like they was from really, really good angles, but I also feel like this something he looked real Joker-ish sometimes with his eyebrows and how he makes his face. So I don't know. So when they meet up, whatever, they're happy to see each other. They are happy to see each other. They hug. He doesn't kiss her on the lips. Okay, he kisses her because her on the cheek. He says, "I didn't kiss her on the lips because I didn't want her to feel like I was being, like pushy or whatever." So I'll wait for that. But I mean, she liked how he looked. He liked how she looked. Her daughter was happy, to see him or whatever. He gave the daughter a big, huge teddy bear, and it was really cute or whatever. I think the girl, because he kept talking to the daughter, and she kind of wasn't. She was looking like he was crazy, and I said, because she doesn't speak English, so she probably realized was one like, what is he like? What is he saying? Like, speak to her in Spanish, and she may know what he was saying. Anyway, so they in a car riding to because he rented a Airbnb while there because she lives with her grandparents. So he's like, I want her to kind of stay at the Airbnb with me as much as she can, so that we can kind of hang out or whatever. But I did not want to have to, be living or spending time, staying at the grandparents' place or whatnot. I said, well, that's smart. In the car, she's like, you're not even looking at me. Like, you can't look me in the face. He's like, well, the car is kind of weird. Like, the car is really small. So, like, his head was, like, weirdly in the car where if he looked at her, it would be, he would be looking at her real creepily. And so, like, I can't really, like, turn my head to look at you or whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, I saw you. And she brings up how she's so used to people, the men there, like, always looking at her, giving her attention, that it's weird that he isn't giving her that. I said, oh, you wrong way. You like attention. You like a whole bunch of attention. But she said that. She said she loves attention. And I'm like, you gotta get over that. Now in the car on the way to the Airbnb, his phone rings, okay? And it's the ex. And you're like, oh yeah, that's my ex. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to call her to let her know I made it. Why would you do that? He's like, oh, because she dropped me off at the airport, you know what I'm saying? And she just wanted to be sure that I made it here. And that got Jennifer upset. Oh, that is just, I can't believe that. Oh, I can. So can my exes call me and say, "Oh, are you okay? Have you eaten today? Are you fine?" Like, can my exes do that? I said, "Oh, she's going there." I feel like she has a reason to ask him what's going on with that. However, I don't think it's anything wrong with, the ex checking on him because they do both, take care of this kid, And I would have said, well, my daughter wanted to be sure I made it here safe. So I was supposed to call the mom to let the mom know I made it safe to let my daughter know I'm here. Okay, that's what I would have said. So she's upset because he said that, and now she's in the car pissed. He's like, oh, don't be mad. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that or whatever. I'm saying, don't be mad at this guy here. Oh, just shut up. I don't want to talk to you right now. I'm like, oh, she's feisty. Okay, she's very, very feisty. And then he like, oh, well, this is starting out to be weird. I mean, I think you just have to, whatever's going on with you and the ex, just tell her. Like, let her know what it is, and then kind of move on from there. Benjamin and Nikini. Benjamin has never been away from his son, okay? And so he's talking to his son about, this is gonna be first time I'm going away, and I'm going to Kenya, whatever. And it was so cute for the son to say, I'll miss you, whatever. He like, I'll give you a kiss, Dad. I'm like, oh my God, it's so sweet. And so, he brings up how Kenny, um, and he said, no, if Kenny doesn't want to be a step parent, it would be a deal breaker because for him, his son is all that matters. You know, he says when he gets there, they're going to spend a few days alone together, and then he will go to meet her family because at that time, that would be like an indication that they want to get married. And unless he can afford the bride price, I don't think he can because, as he said, he only had like $1,000. I think it's gonna be more than that. But I'm like, you going all the way to Kenya, all the way, oh, wrong thing, all the way to Kenya to find love, and you could have found it here. I mean, there are many, women from Kenya in America. Like, you didn't have to go across the country. All these free women in America, you going over there to find one for, you crazy. Mm, mm, mm. So, over in Nairobi, in Kenya, we see Akini. And, let me put this picture up. So, she's a beautiful girl. Okay, I love her chocolate skin. I love, she's a cute, cute girl. You know what I mean? And first of all, her first name isn't Akini. Okay, the first name was something different that even I can't announce. Starts with an I, and so he said the reason she says the reason he calls me Akini is because that's the name that he can pronounce, but that's not her first name. It's her last name. So I'm like, well, that's one thing I had no idea about. I mean, like, if you want to marry her, you have to at least be able to to say her first name. You know what I'm saying? Because you would have to say that at the wedding. But I digress. So we seen her, and she was like in the village, like going down to the well to get water, carrying on her. I'm like, oh, this is like really, really, like, you know what I'm saying? I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, he's usually not my type. Usually I would want somebody who's tall, dark, and handsome. He's the complete opposite. But I was online or whatever, looking for people in different countries. And, he stood out to me as a white man from America. And she says, we assume that, they have money. And I said, well, that's honest. I don't know how to put it. That's very, very honest. She brings about she has not told her dad about him yet, because, you know what I'm saying, he's divorced, he has a kid, and her father can be very intimidating. And so, that's going to be something different for her to even tell her dad about him. I'm like, your daddy don't know the girl. You bringing a whole man to your to your village, and your daddy don't know. Mm. She also brings up how her brother is also intimidating, and Benjamin would have to get the okay from her brother to even get to meet the dad and the family because her brother would have to speak on behalf of Benjamin to her parents for them to get married. And I'm looking like, girl, she brings up how she has no experience with children. Like, she's like, I have no experience with children, so I'm not too ready to be a stepmom or whatever. I don't want to be pressured to be a parent. And her friend who she's walking and talking with, like, I stalked him. Okay, I stalked him. He has a kid. Wow, girl, that's like London accent. But he has a kid or whatever. So I know what's going on. And she isn't ready for kids. And she says she's not. She says, I feel like I'm not ready to be a parent. So instead of being a parent to his child, I will be the child's friend. I'm looking like, but if the kid is 5. Like, the kid isn't like 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, this 5-year-old. So I'm like, you're going to have to kind of be a little bit of a parent. And I'm like, I don't know how this is going to work or whatever. But it is what it is. But when they meet up at the airport, they are very nervous. You know what I'm saying? He's nervous that she won't like him, or there won't be the same chemistry that there was over the phone. And she brings up how she feels like there may not be chemistry. You know what I'm saying? If there's not any chemistry, then he can get back on the plane and go back home. I said, well, that's okay. Get back on the plane and go back home. So they meet, they see each other, and they both are, I mean, like, smiling from ear to ear. You know what I'm saying? They run, they hug, and they embrace, and they kiss. Okay? And there was a lot of chemistry in that kiss. It looked like they kissed, and they both realized, oh, wow. Oh, wow. And they kind of kept kissing. And I'm like, oh, okay. they had complete chemistry or whatever. And it was funny because of this part. This is she was rubbing his hair like, "Oh, your hair is so soft, not like mine." Okay, it's so funny. It's soft, and I'm like, oh, because we hate for anyone to touch our hair and say, it feels, it feels so wavy. Okay, it feels so nice. I hate for anyone to touch my hair and say, it feels. Don't touch my hair. Just don't do that. But they both seem attracted to each other. They both like each other, and they both, are happy that he's there. But she says no. Yeah, she says there's something that she has not told him yet. He may not be happy about it. Honey, it may be that she's already. I don't know what it could be, but I'm happy they had some chemistry because it could have went the other way, all the way up and through. Darcy and Tom. Darcy and Tom. Oh, Darcy, poor Darcy. Darcy doesn't even know what to do with herself anymore. Darcy is all in love, okay? And I was thirsty, my mouth was getting dry. Darcy is all in love, and Tom was just like, she cool. And we can kind of see it just from, them and their chemistry. I feel like, she's just like, oh, I really want to be with him. And he's like, I don't know. So Tom admits, what I'm saying? Like Darcy wears her heart on her sleeve. And I feel like not so much of that or whatever. Like maybe the whole, heart on the sleeve thing is an American thing. And so sometimes when I'm reviewing stuff, I close my eyes. Y'all know, I'm like, why did you do that? I'll be picturing the scenes, and I remember stuff that way more than reading my notes. So I do that a lot. But anyway, so she acting like, oh my god, because they got to the Airbnb house that he rented for her, well, for them to stay at, because he said he stays in Nottingham and they're in London, so wherever he stays is not where they are. So he got an Airbnb. And, so he takes into the house. Oh, it's so nice and so spacious. Oh my God, Tom, this is so nice. I'm looking like he didn't build the house. It's an Airbnb. So he just rent. I'm like, she was talking as if he had built her a house from the ground up, just so they could spend some time. I'm like, no, he rented a nice Airbnb house like anybody should do. But she's acting like, oh my God, it's so nice. I can't believe no one has ever treated me like this before. And I'm looking like, what is going on here? And he walking her through the house, and oh my God, Tom. Oh my God. Now, as she's walking through the house, he has to help her walk through because she can't walk in them hills. She don't want to fall down them stairs or whatever. And so at this point in time, they get into the basement or whatever, and it's like a nice little seating area, and they're drinking some wine, just a nice night. Just a nice night. And her ass up there crying. Okay, just up there crying. And he like, what the fuck is going, what is going on here? Why is she crying? And I'm like, I don't know why it was the funniest thing because he really was, he like, why are you crying? And he's like, oh, it's okay. He like, this is normal stuff. It's just a house. I just never realized how, I just needed to know my own worth. And he's like, it's okay. Like, who have you been dating? And I'm like, Jesse. She been dating Jesse, and he is confused because he's like, he like, this is the first date. Like, I don't get, it's supposed to be fun. Like, why are you crying? Because we're at a nice Airbnb house. It's the basic of the basic necessities of dating someone and like being somewhere. It was, I hope this doesn't happen every time I do something nice because it's kind of this thing to us. Like, stop crying. Let's go. Let's look at your rooms. So he takes her upstairs. He shows her her room. This can't be my room. Are you real? He's like, no, this is your room. Where's your room? He's like, well, mine is right upstairs. Oh no, I don't think this is mine. Let's go see your room. You must have got the best room. And they go up like one flight or whatever. It was the same as hers, like a room with a bed. Oh, I like this one better. I'm looking like, but it really was no difference in the rooms like that or whatever. Oh, but the room down, it's so cold downstairs. He's like, so do you want this room? I don't want to sleep alone. I don't want that because it's just, I don't, I don't want to be alone tonight in this empty house. I'm like, he's like, okay, okay, okay. I can sleep with you. I can keep you company. I'm saying, I can be with you. It's fine. And I'm like, okay, Darcy's drunk. Darcy's drunk and she's intoxicated and she's just extra emotional. It's just foolish. It's just foolishness. But he's like this. It's like she's crying because she's like doesn't want to sleep alone. But fine. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sleep down there by myself. He's like, okay, it's fine. I'll sleep. We can share the same bed. Like I have regular, but I have pajamas on. Like I have, thick pajamas or whatever. So it's fine. The next morning, because he also said, like, I feel like I'm babysitting someone right now, and it's just not fun. And I'm like, she's like a drunk friend. Ugh. The next morning, we see he's already up, and she wakes up like, oh, hey, Tom. He's like, oh, you're woke now, and he has tissue in his nose. She's like, why is there tissue in your nose? While they were sleeping, she was snoring. She turned and she elbowed him in the nose, and he had a whole nosebleed. Okay, and she's like, "What? Why didn't you wake me up?" Like he said, "Well, I got up and everything. It was blood everywhere." Really? Was there? He's like, "Yeah, look at the bed. It was blood stained sheets. She was wrapped up in that man's blood, girl." First of all, I would have panicked because I don't want to be in nobody's room and girl, oh God. And it was splattered. Still too much for me if you ask me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was a little bit drunk last night, so I guess it was what it was or whatever. But I'm so sorry. So he said, it's okay. Like, let's get up, let's get dressed. We're going to go on a little trip. They get dressed or whatever, and they go on a little boat ride around the city and everything. And they're talking and drinking or whatever. And oh, this is so nice. Oh, Tom, oh, don't you just love it? He's like, yes, it's pretty nice. Oh, I love you. He's like, yeah. He's not saying it back. Clearly, she thinks that they are more of a relationship, and he feels like they're just, getting to know one another, and she doesn't get that. And so as they're on the boat, I said, where are we? What are we doing now? Whatever. He's like, are we a couple? We don't want to waste each other's time. Like, are you dating anyone else? He says, well, I was, but I cut them all off. I told the woman I was dating that, what I'm saying, we had to leave them alone or whatever because I wanted to see how things were going between me and you. Now, I can't remember if he said it was 5 to 6 days ago or maybe 5 to 6 weeks ago. Whereas she was saying how they've been together for like a while, and that ain't what he thought. And so she said, I feel like, I thought we were further along than what we were, and it kind of hurts my feelings, but I guess it is what it is. I like how he says we need to get to know each other, like hanging out or whatever. Like, we need to give each other the chance to be like, okay, do we want to be together before we make it official? Whereas she felt like they were an official couple and they were not. But I mean, girl, after the trip of nosebleeds and he has to help you walk around, you can't sleep alone. He may not want you, girl. He may not want you. Caesar's real easy. Caesar. He's excited to go to Mexico to see Maria. His flight leaves tomorrow. He has been texting her and just trying to contact her, and she has not responded. And he is in his house scratching and surviving, good times hanging in a child line and everything, okay? Because he can't afford nothing. He ain't paid no bills. He used all his money for the trip to go have big fun in Baltimore, okay? With Maria. Y'all know where that reference comes from. With the wretched, and he spent all his money. I'm at home eating noodles because I don't have any money. I've been working 7 days a week. I've been, what I'm saying, just trying to get things together in order for us to go to have this trip. And again, she has not texted. She has not responded back to his texts or calls in the past 2 days, and he's consistently texting her. And the producer say, what is that? How do you feel about that? Oh, well, I'm still excited to go to Mexico. I'm still excited for that. And they're like, where does that come from? Like, where does your eagerness to like just, just to do this. Well, from the whole visit, all work out. I said, oh God, he is just so. Again, I don't know if he's just gullible. Girl, what did I just say? I don't know if he's just that gullible, or if it's fake. If it's, I hope this isn't a fake storyline, but I feel like we always know what happens when they don't show the person on the other side, and when they keep showing these weird pictures, when they don't show them talking, we know it's gonna be some fake and fugazi stuff. We just have to wait to see it happen. Anyway, he goes to Mexico, because if I don't take this risk, I regret it for the rest of my life. You're going to regret this for your life regardless, because you've wasted your life with this lady. He has spent about 40 grand on her, over these past 5 years. You have already wasted enough. Go to Mexico, meet a real person, okay? Have fun with that real person, and then bring them back to America. But I digress. Just foolishness. Anyway, she's supposed to come the following day, but I don't feel like she's gonna come. Again, she still has not answered his calls. The airline has not lost his luggage. He has to wait till the following day to find out if they're gonna find it, and it's just a plum D mess, okay? But his ass is in Mexico waiting on someone who we know ain't gonna show up, and it's so sad, so sad, so sad, so sad. Mm, mm, mm. Anyway, last up we have Avery and Omar. It was easy for them too. They're so blissfully, ignorantly in love right now. Oh, things gonna be amazing. We're getting married in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go shopping for wedding dresses. And the mama's upset that Omar is going with them to shop for wedding dresses, saying, well, in our country, the man doesn't come for that. He's like, oh yeah, but I'm going to this. I'm looking like, I guess so. The mama wanted to be like a mother-daughter thing and not, mother-daughter and husband thing. And he says how it's custom in their country for the men to see the wedding dress before the wedding, unlike how it is here. He wants her to have a dress that does not fit her body. He says the dress should not show that she's a woman. I said, what does that mean? But what he meant was it should not be so tight that you see, her body to know, oh, that's a woman. And I'm like, so I guess so. Her mama don't like it. Her mama don't like the fact that he is picking out the dress or helping her pick the dress or giving his opinion on what she should and should not wear. And she feels like, oh, once Avery gets tired of being told what to do, the relationship will just implode anyway. So I'm just waiting for it to happen. I have never seen a mother just be waiting for a relationship to just explode into something. And I'm like, girl, just cut it out. Anyway, first the dress she put on, it was very, very loose. It was really too big. The second one she put on, it was too tight. It was very form fitting. Now the third dress she tried on that he picked out, it fit her body better than the other two. They showed the whole dress, but I could never get a picture of the whole thing or whatever. But that's as fitting as it was. The bottom was really pretty. It was sparkly like she wanted. You know what I'm saying? And so she would make a pretty bride, you know. And she loved the dress. Her mom did too, and so did Omar. So dress is picked. They then go out to dinner, and at dinner, the mom was like, "Okay, you're getting married. We should celebrate. You want some wine?" And she's like, "Mom, I don't drink, Mom. I don't drink." I don't know if that was her way of not wanting to admit to Omar that she used to drink or what it was. But we know that he knows that she used to, do different things. I don't know if he knows that she used to drink or be a drinker and hanging out or whatever. And the mom was like, if I offered her, a drink, something to drink 2 years ago before she was, old enough to really drink, she would have taken it. I can't remember. I thought she was 19, but maybe I'm tripping. I can't remember how old she is from before. But I'm like, is she even old enough to have a drink? What am I? Not sure. And I'm like, oh no, wine is harmful. It's bad. You can't have that. She's like, I'm gonna have a Long Island iced tea. You can't tell me what to do. And so she then starts looking up. Oh, so you can't drink because because you're a Muslim now, or whatever. Mom, yeah, there are things I can't do now that I'm a Muslim. I'm gonna be a Muslim wife. The mom looks it up. oh, this says you can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it says if you, deny him this, that he can put his hands on you, or if you, are doing anything, any lewd acts or whatever, he can do this, da 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 da. Oh, you better not hit me. He's like, what? He's like, no, 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 no. Like sometimes people will take things that are in the Quran and they'll switch it around to make the religion seem, different or whatever, or wrong. But that isn't true. I wouldn't do that or whatever, I wouldn't do that, because she wouldn't do that. Like, no, she may get out of line with you. And when she do, you better not put your hands on my daughter. If you put your hands on my daughter, I'll put my hands on you. I say, well, okay. Again, cultural differences to where he may be now saying, no, I won't do this. No one will do that. No, that's not what I want to do. But who knows what's going to happen later? Because you want to know why? Y'all don't know each other. Okay? But Avery feels like her mom is saying these things and bringing up these things to scare her off. So she then says, Mom, let's look at what the Christian Bible says. No, I don't want to do that. She's like, right. Okay, so just leave it alone. Omar feels like, the mama does not respect his religion or his culture. And he's like, I hope that isn't an issue, later on down the line or whatever. This situation is going to not work out. I feel like even the fact that Avery was saying to Omar, well, you better not do this. You can't have more than one wife, even though he could have more than one wife there. Oh, he won't date another wife. I told him, he won't do that, right? And even though he kept on saying, yeah, just one wife, I feel like he kept ignoring that conversation and just kind of agreeing what you said versus saying like, yeah, I wouldn't, or I don't want to do this. He would just agree with her. Like, oh yeah, just one wife. Yeah. No, I think if he could, he would definitely have more than one wife. And I'm just like, Avery, go home. Go home, have some Gatorade, you know what I'm saying, get your little sandwich, get your Popeye chicken sandwich or whatever, and just calm down because it's just too much foolishness going on. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to leave it there. If you have watched this long, put what time it is that you watch this, and then put some kind of phrase. And don't put the time so the people can know what's the time. Put just the numbers, okay? The time has to be written in a way that no one knows what time it was. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing to do. And then some weird ass sentence. I don't know, y'all. I'm done. Peace.